Hey everyone, it's Witch Willow. I'm back. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. And if you're viewing this because you clicked the link on the eBay auction, you already know what's going on a little bit. So I know in one of my other videos I have discussed not using a Ouija board, opening up a portal that you can't close, and I realize that's like telling teenagers sex is bad, don't have it, you know, your penis is gonna like catch on fire, you're gonna have 50 diseases, and the kids are like, but it's sex, you know, everybody's having sex. So I know y'all are gonna do it. So in this way, I'm trying to provide a safe way for you to do it. So what I'm offering, I have two spirits that have come forward. They've decided to be, I made these things and I said, hey, you know, I was thinking about doing this. Are you guys interested in this? And I had two spirits step forward, a female and a male. And they were like, yeah, we'll do this. We're on board. So what it is I'm creating a spirit portal. Now, not only is it's going to have a mirror, and that is going to be the door for the portal. But you can also use it as a scrying board. It's going to come with a pendulum, so you could use it as a scrying board. As of the making of this video, it's not complete yet. Both of these things are going to have their own special scrying boards / gateways. Now, what these spirits are, they are going to be the portal keepers. They are going to be spirit guides, and they are going to be basically your spirit bouncers. These are going to come with complete instructions. It is going to come with black salt. It is going to come with instructions on how to open the session and how to close the session. It's going to come with the white candle, and it's also going to come with some sage leaves to burn afterwards to cleanse your area. Now, when you close down the session, you need to ask the spirits that are attached to this, please make sure everybody is out and clear off the space. This is what they are here for. They are here to help make communication with spirits easier, and they are also to hold back negative entities and bounce them out of your house, okay? But of course, they also need you to work in tandem to open the session, close the session, and clear the area of any negativity, any residuals. You're going to have to do that, and they'll do their part. So these spirits have stepped forward. They said, yes, we will do this. We will be on board. So they are going to be spirit guides and portal guardians. Now, the first one that I have, I handcrafted everything. The chair, I hand painted. I got the skeleton, but I hand painted the face, did the costume, everything. The spirit is actually in this stone. Her name is Becky. And I was talking a little bit with Becky. Becky is actually from Canada. I hadn't meant to start talking with her. I was actually in the shower, and Becky just started throwing information at me, and I'm like, and of course, she says one thing, and I'm like, oh, is it this? Is it that? And I started a conversation with her. I meant to do it here so you could see it, but that happened. So, but I will be finishing interviewing her here, so you can talk to her. And then this thing with the eyes. Those are hand-painted eyes by me. They're actually blue with like glitter, purple glitter. This is Jacob. Now Jacob is actually going to be in the skull. He's got like little spiders there. He's got like that little glint that you see there. That is a spider. It's a glitter spider in his little cowl there. So he is going to be attached to that. These are each going to have a round mirror. I'm going to see if I can put lights around it. What I'm thinking, because she is a sugar skull, maybe making some paper flowers to put around it. And then with him, I don't know, maybe I can get some like little skulls and put that around that. I don't know. By the time this video is actually posted, it will be complete because this is going to be posted in conjunction with the auction. But in this way, I'm selling basically like the whole kit. So you're going to have the instructions on how to open and close, clear the space, all that. So if you're going to do it, you know, at least you have a spiritual condom, so to speak. So let me stop talking because it's been 5 minutes now, and let's start talking with Becky. Now, Becky told me that she is actually from Canada. And I said, well, what province are you from? And she said, Quebec. And the town that she was telling me, it's kind of, she was kind of spelling it out, and at first I thought it was like canard. Like I saw the C-A-N very clearly, and then I thought there was an A after that, maybe an R in there. And I'm like, does it kind of sound like canard? Is it something like that? And she said, kinda. And so what I did was I went online. I went to Wikipedia. I'm on Quebec, the Quebec province list of cities. And there is actually one called Candiac. And there is another one called Caranan. So it could be either one. So I'm going to ask her. Now, are you from, Becky, are you from Caranan? Are you from Candiac? So she is from the Candiac region. Okay. So Becky, you're from Candiac. Can you tell me what year were you born? Are you saying sometime in the 1930s? What year exactly was it? Did you say 38? Okay, so she was born in 1938. Now I know Quebec has a lot of French descendants. Are you actually of French descent? You're of British descent. Yeah. Okay. So, Becky, what can you tell me about... Now, you do want to be called Becky, right? And you prefer that over Rebecca. Now, I want to ask, can you tell me, are you willing to talk about your life? Okay. Are you showing me a picture of you as a little girl? Okay. I see a little girl with brown hair, longish hair, and I see braces on her leg. Did you have braces on your legs? Okay. Why did you have braces on your legs? Did you say rickets? Okay. Was your family pretty poor? Okay. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to click on Candiac, and I'm going to see what comes up. It says Candiac was created January 31st, 1957. And it was created when the government of Quebec accepted the request of Canadian European Investors Group. And they bought 2,500 acres of land from farmers. Okay. I was going to say, okay, here's another one with the discrepancy. Not really. It was farmland, so there were people that were situated on Candiac. Maybe it really wasn't a town, and it was named a town after that, which, you know, if she's talking to us in modern times, she would be more likely to use the modern name. So, now she said that her family was poor. Most inhabitants were either farmers or Montrealers who owned a second residence. So her family was not going to be one of the ones that owned a second residence if she had rickets when she was a kid. So I'm guessing that your family were farmers. The land on your farm was kind of poor, though. She said it was bad. Did you guys have trouble making ends meet? Beets? Did you say beets? Were you guys trying to grow beets? And I'm guessing that's all you guys were eating were just beets, right? Just beets. I won't touch a beet, so I can't even imagine just having beets to eat. I'd probably be out eating grass or something. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of you, Becky, but that's like horrible. That's hard. Okay. So did you have anything else on the farm? You were just growing beets. No corn, no nothing. Just beets. Okay. Did you guys lose your farm? Did you sell? Okay. So you managed to make enough just to keep the farm? You didn't owe on the farm. There was nothing owed on the farm, but they were barely scraping by, she says. Okay. So let's fast forward. Did you ever get married? You were 22? Okay. Were you still living in Candiac at the time? Mm-mm. She was working in a factory in Montreal, she said. He was a reporter? She said she met him when he was doing a story about something. But it wasn't your workplace. It was something else. He was doing a story on something else and she met him. And that's when they started dating. She married him. Now, did you have to wear braces for the rest of your life? She had to use a cane. She got out of the braces, but she did have to use a cane. And I'm not talking about like the arm, you know, with the arm holding. It was like a cane, like a wooden cane, like the old wooden canes. Okay. Did you ever have any children? She never had children. She died young. She was only in her 30s. You were only in your 30s. How old were you? 34? Is that what you said? 34? She was 34 when she died. So I'm guessing it wasn't a natural death. Was it an accident? Was it like from a disease? Did you say lupus? God, this girl had some problems. Rickets, lupus. When did you contract lupus? Do you remember? Did you say 13? 13. She contracted it. So it had like 20 years to set up. Okay. So I'm guessing that's why you never had kids, between the lupus. Doctor says she shouldn't because of the liver. Did you want kids? Yeah, she wanted kids. She can have it. Did you guys ever adopt? No. So you've basically been kind of roaming around since, what, the 50s? Yeah. Okay. Now, you understand that you're going to have to be like a spiritual bouncer, and that you're ready for this? This is something that you want to do? Yep. Okay. All right. So, is there anything else that you want to say? Is there anything else that you want anybody to know? No. They can ask me when I get there. That's what she said. All right, so now because I've had this like raised up, because the tripod is like so high, I've had to hold my hand up. My hand is like exhausted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on pause for a minute. I'm going to drop the platform down a little bit lower so I don't have to keep it up. And then we're going to talk to Jacob. Okay, so we're back. As you can see, we're a little bit lower now, to make it easier to make it easier on me to hold the pendulum and not have to so we're back, and now we're going to talk with Jacob. Now Jacob, I haven't gotten any preliminaries from yet. Becky was the one that really wanted to talk and come forward and such. So right now I'm going to bring Jacob forward, and I'm going to ask him to come on over here. Hi, Jacob. So, Jacob, what can you tell me about... Oh, he was from New York in the 1800s. That's the first thing he said. It's like... It's the late 1800s. Jacob, were you Jewish? You were an Orthodox Jew, though. And the reason I know this is because I can see him as he presents himself. He's wearing a hat. He has the beard, he has the curls, and he has the hat. So this is why I wasn't going to say, were you Jew? I was actually going to say, were you an Orthodox Jew? But although that doesn't really sound much better. But he is presenting himself. He is wearing like the old-fashioned suit with the collar. And he is black hair. He has a very long beard. It's like at least mid-chest. And he has the curls, the long curls. They go down to like about here. Is 1898 the year that you died? Now, Jacob wasn't he wasn't that old either, because he's still presenting himself with dark hair. You know, it hadn't even turned white. "42? Is that what you said? You're 42 years old?" No, but you were in your 40s. How old were you? Are you saying 48? So you were born in 1850? Is that correct? 1849. Okay, so when he died, he hadn't had his birthday yet. Wait, you were born in 1849? And you were 48. Okay. So you were Brooklyn. He's from Brooklyn. I'm seeing like a tenement type house. It's like a hallway. There's a lot of doors. The way I'm seeing it, it's like you go up the stairs, and when you get to the top of the stairs, when you get to the landing, there's a door here, there's a door in front of you, there's a door to the side. Is that right? And then you go up, and it's the same thing. And it was 3 floors of this? 3 floors in Brooklyn. I've never been in New York. Well, I was in New York when I was 3, so I don't know anything about New York. Okay. Now, were you born and raised in New York? So you are a lifelong New Yorker. Okay. Did you come from a big family? He had 2 sisters. One was named Sarah. The other one was named R, but it's like... He's like giving me like the Semitic spelling. So I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But it started with an R. His other sister's name. It's not Rebecca. It's... I almost want to say like Reba or... Rabish... I'm not seeing it clearly, and I definitely am not hearing it, but it's not Rebecca. It's not. And he said, no, it's like... Rashish... I don't know, but it starts with an R. So, now what did your father do? He's like right here. And as soon as I said, like, what did your father do? It's like, I got this feeling. Do you not want to talk about... He don't want to talk about his father at all. That's why I got that feeling. He doesn't want to talk about his father. So his mother did something with clothes. She was a seamstress, but she wasn't just a seamstress. And I don't feel like she... Because, you know, there are people that take clothes in, and but she did something more with them than just wash them. And men that... I don't know what she was. Was she like a clothing designer? He's showing me clothing, but I don't... hand wants pink. I don't know what to make of it. Okay. Do you want to talk about you then? Okay. Now, did you ever get married? You did. Was she a shiksa? I think I might have found out why he doesn't want to talk about his father. Especially if he was an Orthodox Jew. And you married a shiksa? Did you say her name was Lisa? I think we found something here. And she did not convert. Did you convert? No, you kept your faith. I understand why he doesn't want to talk about his father. In those days, you did not marry outside of your own culture. Especially when you were Jewish. And Orthodox Jewish. He stayed in his church, but he was ostracized from his family. Yep. His father refused to acknowledge him. That was the feeling. That's why I got that feeling. Because his father... Okay. He said he had 2 kids. He loved his mom. Oh, he loved it. He would sneak the kids over so she could see her grandkids when the father was out. Yep. And his mother liked his wife. His mother liked her. But it was his father. It was his father that caused a lot of problems. Now, what about your sisters? Were your sisters supportive? They went along. They went along with Dad. But his mom wouldn't give up on him. She loved him. So now, did you have to move out of Brooklyn? Oh, well, that must have been awkward. He said he lived like a block away, like a block and a half away. And then he went to the same church as his father and his family. So that must have been awkward. What did you do for work, Jacob? Did you say you were a surveyor? Must have made some good money. For the subway? Because I see him, like, underground. Like, doing, like, stuff underground. So he was working... So you were working for the subway system, the New York subway system. Yeah. Now, it's kind of a young age to die. Not a natural death. Was it an accident? He's giving me an emotion. I feel like he was trapped. He was trapped. But it doesn't feel underground. I'm not seeing, like, dirt around him. He suffocated. He suffocated because he ran out of air. He was trapped somewhere. He said, I think one of the tunnels, like he was in like either a finished tunnel or a partially finished tunnel. there's something to do with water. Was it like underneath water and the water collapsed the tunnel? But he didn't drown. He suffocated. He ran out of air. But you weren't alone. There was at least another surveyor there, he said. There was a foreman. There were a couple of workers. There was another, I think there was like another surveyor. There was like some person in like a position of power. Some position. It wasn't a politician though. It was like maybe like an executive from a construction company or something. There was some like bigwig that was there. And all of you died. All of you ran out of air before they could get to them. That's what he's saying. That's how he died. It's very strong emotion from it. Had somebody noticed something, and is that why you guys went in there? Had something... They were in there to inspect. They were in there to see... They were showing off, I think. They were showing off the tunnel. And he said he heard, like, a couple of cracks. Because I think there were tiles in the tunnel because it was underwater. And he's saying crack, crack, crack. But water didn't gush in. That's the problem. You just heard crack, crack, crack. And then complete darkness. Now, were some of them buried under right away? No. But it wasn't finished at one end. That's the problem. It was not finished at one end. They were still doing work, but they were in a part that had been kind of finished, but the other end still hadn't gone through. But there were no workers in that part of the tunnel. I guess maybe it was like, I don't know, like a Saturday or a Sunday or something. They weren't working. There were no workers in that tunnel at that time. And they come in through the open end, and he said, we heard crack, crack, crack. He heard the tiles. The tiles were busting. Literally. The tiles on the roof, he said we heard busting. And he says before we even knew what happened, bam, the ceiling had just collapsed down and we were trapped in there. Yeah. And that's what happened. And apparently they all died. That's what he's saying happened. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll find that information online. You know, when this happened. Because that could be sketchy trying to find, because the New York subway system is just, there's so much history, so much to shift through. You know, and over the course of them building it, I'm sure they had different builders and all this other stuff. There might be something of a tunnel collapse, but there were probably a lot of tunnel collapses, you know, throughout the history. So pinpointing that one may not be easy. I'll try. If I find, and I'll put it in an update on the auction or whatever. But that's what he says happened. He gets pretty emotional about it. So I really don't have a reason to doubt him. So Jacob, I want to ask you, are you sure you're ready to, you know, assume a spirit bouncer, spirit guide role? He was like, I'm in it. He's like, I'm ready to do this. Let's do this. Okay. All right. So that is my interview with Jacob and Becky. The link to those two auctions will be placed in the description box underneath. And they will keep being auctioned until they're sold. pardon me, until they're sold off. So, you know, I know you guys are going to do it. I know, you know, some people are fascinated. They really want to connect with spirits and everything. At least this kind of gives you a, like a little bit of a safe way to do it, and somebody to kind of like guard your back. So, that is it for me. Until the next spirit interview video I do, this is Witch Willow. Have a good night.